what's going on guys? Arekkz here and welcome back to another video for Bleeding Edge. If you caught the Buttercup character guide we uploaded the other day, then you already know what's coming. But in the event you didn't, then I'm super excited to be teaming up with the awesome people at Ninja Theory to bring you a series of Bleeding Edge guides on the run up to the playable beta on February 14th. Massive shout out to Ninja Theory for very kindly sponsoring this series and giving me access to the game so I could record all of this for you guys. So if you're excited for Bleeding Edge, or you just want to learn more, then be sure to check back daily for a look at another one of this game's colourful cast of augmented anti-heroes. Today, we're turning our attention to Zero Cool, one of the 3 support heroes in Bleeding Edge. Zero Cool is an incredibly strong healer. In fact, if you typically like to play healers in games like these, then Zero Cool is going to be your best choice. He has a consistent heal beam that allows you to continually top up your teammates, and when working alongside a strong tank or DPS, you really can become a pretty potent duo. However, as you may expect, he isn't the strongest offensive hero, and given that he is integral at keeping the team topped up, he is quite often the target of enemy attacks, so you'll need to make good use of his defensive and evasive options to ensure you don't get singled out and mobbed by the enemy team. So communicate, stick with your tanks, and soon you'll begin to see just how game-changing this hero can be. Starting off with your basic abilities, Zero Cool has the arcade gun. You can press or hold X to fire out arcade bullets continuously, and while these might not do huge damage, they are still a great way to pick away at an opponent's health, especially if, as mentioned, you're working alongside a teammate, keeping them healed, and just adding in some additional damage to their attacks. Plus, it just looks really cool. I mean, it fires out these cool retro voxel-like bullets. Additionally, you also have Nitro. If you press and hold A after a jump, you'll consume 1 block of stamina to boost high up into the sky. Since most heroes don't have the ability to jump this high, this move is integral in putting distance between you and your enemy. If you are being targeted, look for a nearby ledge, Nitro boost up high, and it will force the enemy to either rethink their plan, or at least take the long way around to catch up to you. Furthermore, Zero Cool also has a rather important passive, Defrag. Whilst not in combat, your life will rapidly regenerate. While you are an exceptional healer, you can't actually self-target yourself with your heal beam. So in the event that you need to heal yourself, you have to escape from combat and let the passive kick in. So again, this is where Nitro comes in handy, since jumping away will often give you the window you need to heal. Moving on from there to talk about your specials, there are 3 core abilities here to talk about. The first of which, Firewall, is going to be key to your survival. Firewall drops an impassable wall that prevents enemies from walking through. It is important to note that you can still attack and shoot through the wall, so this is used primarily to simply put some distance between you and a pursuer. Holding down RB will allow you to use the analog stick to position where you want the wall, so at times you can use it to lock off certain areas, block objectives, and as mentioned, stop an enemy from chasing you. Next up, you have Recharge on Wire. This is your core healing ability. With this, you'll link to a nearby teammate and continue to heal them, which makes it a great move to use if a teammate is about to dive into a fight. However, it is important to note that the longer you use the beam, the less effective it becomes. Above your health bar, you'll see this small icon. As it depletes, so too does the effectiveness of your healing beam. So it's not as simple as just attaching to someone and forgetting about it. You want to heal them when they need it, and cancel it when they don't, so that it can recharge. Then finally, you have Bot on B. With this, tapping the button will send a small flying bot to your teammate's location, and this will then auto-fire at nearby enemies. However, if you double tap B, you can self-cast this and attach it to you. Much like with the arcade gun, while the bot won't be dishing out insane damage or one-shotting enemies from across the room, it is consistent damage output that can be great as either a complement to your teammate's combos or additional damage against a fleeing or pursuing enemy, so be sure to throw this out whenever you can. Now let's talk about your super abilities. There are 2 to choose from here. First up, you have Upgrade Protection. This is an armor buff that will temporarily increase the armor of all nearby allies. You cast this in a radius around you, so to make the most of this, you want to group up as a team, move as a unit, and stick close. This will ensure that not only do you get protection from the enemies trying to take you out, but everyone in your immediate vicinity gains the armor buff, making them a much bigger threat to the opposing team. Alternatively, you have One Up. This is a really good super, but it requires a bit of careful planning. When cast, for 8 seconds, a teammate will have this little 1-up icon above their head, and if killed, whilst this is present, they will immediately return to life, essentially giving them a second wind. You need to play smart with this, however, because if the enemy team sees that someone has been marked with 1-up, they could quite easily just stop attacking, wait for the 8 seconds to pass, and then proceed to kill your teammate. So good use of this super hinges on your casting it at the last second before someone is about to die, and then they can come back and wreak havoc. This is especially good if cast on one of your hard to kill tanks. And that, my friends, is pretty much it for Zero Cool, an incredibly good support character with some of the best healing options in the game, an asset to your team, and someone that is capable of helping turn the tide in battle. Whether you play as Zero Cool or have one on your team, be sure to keep them out of harm's way. Use your abilities to avoid conflict, and if you see your Zero Cool being targeted, keep them alive at all costs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Remember to keep it locked if you guys are excited for Bleeding Edge, as we'll be checking out all of the other characters over the coming week, so that when the beta drops, you're ready to dive in and have some fun. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.